I like the view.
You do?
Yes.
You're my best view.
Yeah.
You guys ready? Mohammed, do you take this woman to be your lawful wife? To love, honor, and cherish her, both in sickness and in health, so long as you both shall...
90 Days have given audiences lots of notable moments, most of them very messy. Photographer Ed met Filipino Rose online before he visited her home country. Fans immediately took a dislike to Ed, claiming he was rude and sexist. Ed and Rose were one of 8 couples featured on Season 4 of the TLC reality show, which follows international couples who have started a relationship online and travel to the other's foreign country to meet for the first time. He shared with US Magazine, "What attracted me to Rose the most was that she admired me, and that felt really good. Like, after a while, when somebody looks up to you, it feels good. But she opened my heart to love. 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 Days star Rosemary Rose Vega and Ed Brown complaining about shaved legs via TLC. Ed's behavior when he visited Rose's homeland was generally bad and made the audience cringe. San Diego native Ed did not cope well in the Asian country, as he was overwhelmed by the enormous crowds and the extreme heat in the Philippines. This was especially notable when Ed was visiting the market with Rose. Right now, I'm in a swarm of people. It's probably over 100 degrees. I'm sweating my off right now." He was disrespectful to her home, which was behind the family store. It's all open up above, and they don't really have a front door. It's just kind of a curtain of paper CD covers. "It's all concrete with sheets hanging, covering, I guess to make it more homey," he said in a confessional on the TLC show. "I expected it to be pretty bad, but this is really bad." He was terrified of the thunderstorms and admitted he felt unsafe due to the leak in the roof of Rose's family home. He also acted poorly and made everyone feel uncomfortable during his visit. Ed was upset about the quality of the sheets, declaring he could only sleep on something with at least a 1,000 thread count due to his atopic dermatitis. Luckily, Rose brushed off his tantrums and called him a big baby for his behavior in her home. It wasn't just Ed making audiences cringe. When Ed took Rose shopping at a local Filipino market to buy some pajamas, an argument breaks out over money. He became concerned when Rose said, "Give me your wallet," and took it right out of his hand. He got frustrated and told her she can't just grab his wallet. He later told the vendor to keep the change. "I'm not comfortable with Rose grabbing my money because that's not what you do," Ed explained in a confessional. "I think it's borderline inappropriate, and I already have questions about her sister because she asked me for money. I don't want to believe that this could just be a scam, but I don't know if Rose is in on it or not." Probably the funniest part of this scene, believe it or not, was how much enjoyment Rose was getting in watching me suffer, Ed told People for Reality Rewatch as he watched back the 2020 clip. "This was definitely the strangest experience of the entire season, showering with the dad and the rat scene. And it is my understanding that it is the most iconic scene in TLC history for 90 Day Fiance. It turned into more than a family affair as Ed noticed a large rodent lurking in the corner of the room. He started freaking out, but Rose remained calm, claiming it was just a mouse. That was probably my moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to stay there another night," he says about Rose's Philippines-based home. Ed Brown made numerous comments about Rose Vega's looks and hygiene, which were frequently criticized for being disrespectful to Rose about her hygiene levels. He made comments about her leg hair, telling her he would only shave his beard if she shaved her legs. Big Ed explained in a confessional on the reality show that he didn't like leg hair because it was less feminine for a woman. "I woke up Sunday morning, and it wasn't a good morning because all of the haters came out." Ed told Us Weekly about the backlash from fans to his cringy comments about her leg hair. "And I was having a conversation with my daughter Tiffany, and she's like, 'Dad, look, that's completely normal. I live in San Diego. Everybody goes to the beach. People laser their legs. So it wasn't something that I was really used to.'" In a bizarre moment, which you can watch above, Ed was seen slathering mayonnaise in his hair in order to look younger. "It makes it smoother and less dry," he claimed at the time. "I smell like an egg salad sandwich, but it really, really works." Years after the 2020 video, fans have all been wondering if he still uses the condiment to spruce up his locks. During a recent interview with 9 Entertainment, Big Ed hilariously revealed on camera that he had a tub of mayo beside him, So yes, it's still a thing years later. This moment of Big Ed using mayo on his hair went viral. 9 now. People ask me, "You put mayonnaise in your hair?" He laughed. "Yes, I do. I keep this handy for my cameos," he added, referring to the app where celebrities get the opportunity to connect with fans by filming a video message for a price. Big Ed also touched on how he soared to fame on the show, and while it hasn't helped with his dating life, he's eager to use his platform for good. In an attempt to look younger, Big Ed uses mayonnaise on his hair and reveals the bizarre reason why on 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days. "I often tell the story that the best compliment I ever got in my life, this 8 or 9-year-old boy comes skating around on his skateboard," he recalled. He stops and says, "Are you the TikTok guy?" I said yes, and he replies, "You're a legend." That moment I knew I'd made it somehow. That's all I really want to do, is impact people's lives in a positive way. That's why I'm working with Remember Nicholas. He still uses the mayonnaise to this day. 90 Day Fiance's Big Ed opens up to 9 Entertainment about how his recent engagement ended and why he's never giving up on love. 90 Day Fiancé star Big Ed Brown has lifted the lid on his 24-hour engagement and given his perspective on why things didn't work out. The TV personality stunned the world when it was over and describing it as a very impulsive moment. In an exclusive interview with 9 Entertainment, Big Ed, 59, revealed what led to the engagement breakdown and where he stands with Portia now. "I have always been someone. I want fast love, and I've been single for about a year. I wear my heart on my sleeve," Ed began. The reality star popped the question to Portia in September, less than a day after meeting her at one of his meet and greets at a restaurant in Florida. 90 Day Fiancé star Big Ed Brown has lifted the lid on his 24-hour engagement. 9. After a whirlwind 24 hours, he told the owner he'd never met anyone like this and said he didn't want to let her go, resulting in a proposal that shocked everyone. "We had plans to meet the following evening and she wasn't feeling well, so I decided to extend my trip and stay one more night. I'm in real estate and I had to go back for a closing, so I had to text her saying, 'I've got to get back to work. I miss you.'" Ed explained that by the time he'd landed in Dallas for work, the story had gone nuts online all across the world. Professional photographer Big Ed shares details about his first marriage's downfall on 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days on 9 now. "This is the unfortunate part of being in the media and a public figure. Everyone will attack you, and that's what happened to her," he said. "She kind of ghosted me, and I realized, my impulsiveness, it's just who I am. I didn't post anything, by the way. But by the time the media got hold of the engagement, they went nuts with it, and the rest is history." He continued, "I signed up for this, and when you're as famous as I am worldwide, people want to know everything about your life. They are invested in my happiness. It is what it is. I have no regrets. Italian woman. I'm still smitten. Know what could happen in the future. I'm not someone who easily gives up. But as of now, it looks like it's not going to happen." When asked if they're still on speaking terms, he continued, "Right now we're kind of not. Hopefully I still have a chance. I am going to reach out to her, as she's somebody I like very much. I thought we had a great connection and I didn't want to let that go." Big Ed had confirmed his breakup with this Instagram statement. Instagram. Ed said that his public persona definitely makes it hard to date, but he's never giving up on finding the one. "It sucks. I can't date because everybody knows who you are," he explained. "I can't be mad because it made me famous and gave me an income one could never dream of. I hope that one day God will give me somebody who can see me for who I am. I'm not going to give up, I tell you right now. I'm never going to give up on love." The 8th season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has been a roller coaster ride of sweet moments and shocking twists, featuring some of the show's most controversial couples, such as the iconic Ed and Angela. The season has pulled no punches in its delivery of chaotic drama, the sort of franchise has become beloved for. With the first 4 parts of the Tell All No Limits special, an eye-opening edition capping off the season, major revelations have been in full flow. As the couples offer insight into some of the show's unseen moments, fans become privy to an even more intimate version of the famous relationships, culminating in unmissable reality drama. Sadly, just one episode remains, and with that in mind, here is a look at exactly where you can watch the 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Season 8 Tell All. No Limits finale. Officially, the finale of the recent Tell All No Limits specials of Season 8 premieres on Sunday, August 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time. Make sure to grab some snacks and bunker down for what promises to be the most explosive episode in this. If you can't make it to catch the final Tell All No Limits part live, streaming will be available the very next day on Max. You can also stream every other episode in this long but immersive 8th season on the platform right now. For those without a subscription that will need one to see the final fireworks before Season 8 comes to a close, here is a handy breakdown of the plans available. Memorable moments on the 90 Day Fiance franchise, such as his taco pasta fight with Liz Woods and the time he washed his hair with mayonnaise. However, Big Ed's most iconic scene was on 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 Days Season 4 during his visit to the Philippines to see his then-girlfriend, Rosemary Vega. When he showered outside with Rose and her dad, a rat unexpectedly joined them in the basement, which caused him to freak out. In the People series called Reality Rewatch, the 90 Day Fiancé star watched the scene back and reacted to what went on 4 years later. Probably the funniest part of this scene, believe it or not, was how much enjoyment Rose was getting in watching me suffer, Big Ed admitted. Big Ed revealed that after taking a shower with Rose's family, he reached a breaking point and didn't want to stay there for another night. Although he said that showering in the Philippines wasn't his most pleasant moment, he now realizes that it became a hit with viewers. This was definitely the strangest experience of the entire season, showering with the dad and the rat scene. And it's my understanding that it's the most iconic scene in TLC history for 90 Day Fiancé, he explained. Big Ed has been a returning cast member since his franchise debut in 2020, and fans have seen him go through multiple relationships on the show. While reflecting on some of his most iconic 90 Day Fiancé moments on People's Reality Rewatch, the TLC star, 59, looked back on the early days of his relationship with Liz, to whom he was engaged for 3 years before they split on the season of Happily Ever After, and shared what he's definitely gonna miss about her. In a clip from Season 1 of The Single Life, a producer asked if he and Liz, 32, had sex the night before, and Big Ed replied, "Okay, so yeah. I mean, we made love all night. That was great last night, by the way." Both times, he told Liz in another clip, to which she replied, "Oh dear Lord. We got it on," he recalled, before continuing to reflect on his relationship with Liz. "Liz would always do my hair, which was really awesome. It's moments like this that I'm glad they showed because there was definitely a very loving side of Liz that I'll always miss," he added. Big Ed continued, "Liz was always the more sexually aggressive one in the relationship, which I very much appreciated often. Liz is gonna be somebody pretty tough to beat in the bedroom, I'll say that." But he didn't stop there. The reality star then revealed that he and his ex had a couple of marathon events, as he boasted. "I think one time it was over 8 times. I had a really cool outdoor patio area, and yeah, we were out there all night. I pray to God our neighbors didn't have cameras," he said. That part of Liz, I'm definitely gonna miss. Big Ed reacts to scenes of himself and ex-Liz Woods on People's Reality Rewatch. Big Ed also looked back at his and Liz's breakup for Reality Rewatch, which he called the hardest thing in the world. "I knew in my heart that I couldn't put her through a divorce. There's no way I was gonna do that," he said as he watched a clip from Happily Ever After, during which he told Liz he wanted to be single. "I don't regret being with Liz, but at the same time, I don't regret having to let her go. For anyone who's had to go through this, it is the hardest thing in the world to let go of somebody that you love, that you know it's not going to work out with." 10th season of 90 Day Fiancé. Over its 10 seasons, the show has taught its audience about the United States K-1 visa process, heralding a new wave of reality TV with its unique format and even more unique cast members. The flagship series has birthed a slew of spin-offs that contribute to the 90-day universe, defined by international love stories and the drama that comes with them. To commemorate the show's 10th season, Variety has compiled a list of the 20 most notable moments across 90 Day Fiancé and its spin-offs, ones indelibly etched into fans' minds because of how cringeworthy, moving, or insane they were. In a nauseating interview moment, Aizen revealed that he was only 55% attracted to his fiancée Nicole. The couple was discussing Nicole's gym efforts, since Aizen was insistent he wanted his partner to be healthy. Sitting beside her, Aizen revealed that he was attracted to Nicole, for example, 55%, saying number was that because he always wants my wife to go to the gym with me. At 26 years old, Luis felt he wasn't ready to be a father figure for Molly's children. Bringing this up, Molly and Luis entered a conversation that led to a discussion that was full of red flags. As they talked, Luis blamed Molly's emotions on her period, then shifted his focus to religion while criticizing her home decor. "I never see one Bible here. I never see something about God here," he said. "You know witchcraft? You understand that." Luis continued, "Why does she have a lot of Buddha here, a lot of things with candles? The bird, oh, why?" And she say, "No, it's for the room to smell good." But it's not true. That is something bad here, that's true. Colt and Larissa were joined by his cousin John at a family barbecue when an argument erupted as John alleged Larissa was engaged to Colt for his money. Larissa declared that John was no longer allowed to attend her wedding in a screaming match in front of Colt's entire family. As Larissa climbed a set of stairs, seemingly to retreat to her room, she looked back and warned, "Who is against the queen will die," a slogan that has followed her and the show ever since. After Kobe's fiance Emily got pregnant on a trip to China, their K-1 visa process was halted due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which resulted in him not being present for the birth of their child. However, on the 9th season of 90 Day Fiance, Kobe met his son, Coben, for the first time in a heart-wrenching scene. The pure joy and love radiating from Kobe made this moment one fans will never forget. When traveling to meet his Brazilian girlfriend Karine, Paul was prepared for any and all possible situations. Paul's doctor allegedly warned him to not drink or swim in any untreated water because of all the diseases, or so Paul said. Going for a swim with Karine, Paul took matters into his own hands by wearing a condom, like a life jacket, before entering the water. "Definitely don't want nothing swimming up my penis," he said. Darcy introduced Jessie to her daughters for the second time over a homemade steak dinner. Tensions rose as Jessie thought Darcy was not being patient enough during the cooking process. Proclaiming that he knows steak, the argument took a turn as Darcy urged Jessie to cut the steak on a bias. He then dropped the knife on the cutting board and stormed out of the home. The moment was painstakingly awkward, since both of Darcy's young daughters were present, there to take in all the contentious fighting as it erupted. With a language barrier impeding their communication, Paul, who's already been on this list once because he wore a condom while swimming, used a translation app to admit to Karine that he was a convicted criminal who had been in jail for arson and had a restraining order from an ex-girlfriend. While audiences may have expected a dramatic reaction from Karine, Paul was the one who stunned viewers as he ran from the camera crew and retreated into the woods before Karine could respond. Where was he going? That's still unknown. After traveling to the Philippines to meet Rose, Big Ed, a true breakout star of the 90 Day franchise, began throwing subtle insults about her hygiene. He went as far as to purchase her mouthwash, toothpaste, and a toothbrush because he felt her breath was not pretty. He attempted to justify his purchase, insisting that he was concerned about her health, since Rose had revealed she was suffering from an ulcer that contributed to her not pretty breath. After learning that Gino had sent her nude photos to one of his ex-girlfriends, Jasmine felt distraught and betrayed. In an attempt at revenge, Jasmine decided to hit Gino where it would hurt the most by exposing his bald head. Throughout Season 5 of B90, Gino had been intent on not taking off his hat while filming, even while in bed with Jasmine. During an argument, Gino maintained that he had not shared Jasmine's nudes, causing her to leap across the bed and snatch his hat off his head, revealing his unhatted head. As she walked out of the room, Jasmine screamed, "Those are nudes." During the tell-all episode of Happily Ever After, Season 1, Mohammed explained that he and Danielle had stopped being intimate due to a problem. Host Sean Robinson questioned what the problem could have been, to which Danielle confessed, "He has told people that I smell, and I peed on him." Mohammed rebutted the claims with a quick "you do," as Robinson quickly shut down the conversation and switched topics. Chantel and Pedro's families were feuding when Chantel misinterpreted what Nicole said to her. Speaking in Spanish, Nicole said punto, but Chantel thought she called her a puta, which she interpreted as bitch. This set Chantel off, leading her to ask Nicole if she had called her a fucking bitch, to which Nicole replied, yes. Chantel's response was to call Nicole a fucking whore, storming off and continuing to call her a fuck-ass, bitch-ass, slut-ass whore as she walked away. Tensions between Pedro and Chantel's families exploded during a family dinner on season 5 of Happily Ever After. Chantel's family was hosting Pedro's sister, Nicole, for dinner while she was visiting the U.S., when things took a sour, physical turn. Pedro and Chantel's brother, River, randomly got into a physical altercation that resulted in both families getting sucked into the middle of the chaos. At the time of its airing in 2016, the brawl was one of the most dramatic incidents to happen across any 90-day series.